Have you ever been called names? And I'm sure when you were all in elementary school, your friends would have called you some sort of nickname. And I remember my friends calling me Baby Jew. The reason why they call me Baby Jew is because my brother and I went to the same school for a long time. And since I'm the younger brother, Baby Jew was my nickname. And I'm sure back then kids were just being playful and they didn't mean any harm with their nicknames. And you can laugh about it now, but this name calling sometimes happens even though we're fully grown adults. A year or two ago, there was a famous pizza place that gave a receipt to a Korean American woman, and they named her on the receipt Lady Chinky Eyes. That's wrong. Now, there were even worse names that I can't mention on air to all kinds of people, regardless of their race. And all I gotta say to that is, what's up with that, y'all? Anyway, check out the first song. This is Destiny's Child with Say My Name. That was Destiny's Child with Say My Name, and you guys are now tuned into TBS efm 101.3, listening to What's Poppin'. And right now we have a word from our sponsors, and we'll get the show rolling. Welcome back to What's Poppin' with your boy B, Brian Jew, of course, on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju, and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, here are a couple things I want to tell you guys. Send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com if you have any questions, or you just want to say, what up, B? What up, What's Poppin' family? We'd love to hear from our listeners. Also, you can check our playlist on our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. And guess what? We just uploaded new pics, so come and check them out right now. Also, about our open studio. We won't be having an open studio this week. We had a fun one last week, of course, for Valentine's Day. But we'll be having our open studio next Wednesday. So if you want to be a part of that, it's a fun time. Please send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. Let us know you're coming. Or if you know that you can make it, let us, explain to you how to get here. A lot of people can get confused. So we'll give you directions. Just let us know. With that said, we're going to get to Pop-Up Verse. And y'all know by now what I do here on Pop-Up Verse. I'm going to drop a verse on y'all about my thoughts on what I gave you at the very beginning of our show. So you guys can go and try and figure out which song I took the verses from. So here we go. Now, I know some of you may be huffing and puffing because some of the names that you guys have been called when you were younger or even right now as an adult, and it makes you mad inside. You're boiling up. But you got to remember that those names aren't what defines you. There are lots of good names, of course, that can make you feel better, and you can be calling yourself, in fact, and I'm sure if you look back, you remember a time when you were called a good nickname. Now, there are even some people who labeled people with a good nickname on these receipts as well. Now, at one fast food place, this one woman was surprised to find that she received a discount for having the best butt. Yes, the buttocks area, and being best looking. Now, there are also other receipts that had names like nicest person or great smile. Now, those are the names that you want to stick with. Plus, when you're called by some feature that makes you feel better about yourself, not only will you feel loved all over, but you're going to be showing that and owning that name too. So if someone calls you by the name Great Smile, I'm pretty sure you're going to be walking around the whole town with those pearly whites showing all day long, making everybody's day better and brighter. So why don't you take the time and think about what your best quality is and make a name for yourself. Don't worry about what other people call you and live up to that name. Hopefully people will start calling you by that name. And it's just like honey when your love comes over me. Oh, oh, honey got me hooked on you. I like that. That was the falsetto princess, of course, Mariah Carey with Honey. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but over the weekend, I was looking at some pictures about celebrities and Valentine's Day and stuff. And Mariah Carey did something special for Nick Cannon. She was waiting in her bathtub with a bunch of balloons and, those sweetheart candies with those little messages saying, love me, kiss me, I love you, all that stuff. I know all the people back in the States know what I'm talking about. The nasty tasting candy that nobody really eats. It's always in Valentine's little packages, but nobody eats them. Well, Mariah made like a two-piece bikini with those candies, had it on in the bathtub with a bunch of balloons and waited till Nick Cannon came home. I think that's kind of freaky, but at the same time romantic that she went all out to, make her man feel loved. And a lot of people need that these days. We need to feel loved. Like I said earlier, as a younger kid, as a young adult, a lot of people probably called you some nicknames that you don't like. Some that you even called other people that you regret. Like, I should have said that to that person. What if I hurt their feelings? But you know what? What's done is done. You can't go back to the past. But what you can do is make the future better for those people. And like I said, try to change their nickname. It's not those names that define them. But I mean, just try to, if you have a friend that you picked on over the weekend, make them feel better. Give them a call. Be like, you know what? I know I said something, but guess what? You still have a beautiful smile and you're a great friend to me. That'll make their day. And I'm pretty sure it'll make you feel better inside as well. Now, with that said, we're going to get to the next song. This is Union J with Beautiful Life. Oh yeah, it's time again. It's time for Brian's tips to tip the scale. Now, when I mean tip the scale, I mean I'm gonna give you knowledge, y'all, on how to tip your life towards a better life. Try to stay healthy and all. Now, some of you, when you work out, you avoid the muscle building part and stick to the cardio because you don't want to be bulky, looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But what you don't know is that it takes a lot more than a daily workout for you to get all those muscles and get all bulky. And it's the muscles that help you burn more fat even without doing your cardio. Not only that, it also improves bone density and decreases your chances of injury as well. So here are a few muscle building workouts that can help you guys, and you can do it anywhere. Now, body weight wide row. Sit on the floor and place your elbows on 2 sturdy chairs or workout benches. Now, what I want you to do now is bend your knees 90 degrees and lift your feet, of course, off the floor. Now, press your elbows into the benches, and while pushing your chest toward, pull your knees in and then go back to the starting position. Now, it should be in a fast, rapid, repetitive motion, kind of like rowing, and repeat this for about 30 seconds, and it'll work the back and your ab muscles for that sexy six-pack for the summer, y'all. Also, pull, push, side plank. Now, start on all floors. On the floor, of course, do 1 push-up very slowly, concentrating on the muscles. Then press into a side plank position, right hand on the floor, kicking the right leg through to the left side and raising left arm to the ceiling. Then return to the start and continue this for about 15 seconds. Then try switching sides and do 15 seconds more on the other side. Now, this works out your chest, your back, your shoulders, arms, and your abs as well. Lastly, 180 squat jump. Now, this is just like any other squat jump, but you've got your arms extended out towards your front and your back. And when you make the jump, swing your arms about 180 degrees before you land on your feet again. And I want you guys to do this for 30 seconds as well to work out your buttocks, your abs, and your legs. Hope you guys are doing these workouts. It's going to really help you guys. And later on, you're going to email me and everybody here at What's Poppin' and be like, oh my goodness, I look sexy. That's what we're here to do. Try to make you look sexy. Anyways, we got the last song for the first half of our show. This is Donnell Jones with You Know What's Up. Welcome back to part 2 of What's Poppin' on this wonderful Tuesday morning. And today we got Mr. Joe Park coming up into the studio shortly to go over some, sampling music. So if you guys want to find out about that, you got to stay tuned. Do not change that dial because the handsome man, Joe Park, will be here shortly. But for now, we got a word from our sponsors, followed by a song by MIA with Paper Planes. Welcome back to part 2, and now it's time for Poppin' Roots with your man, Joe Park in the studio.
Yeah.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing very good today.
You are doing good.
More energized than usual.
More energized than usual because, why? Because you're not drinking, actually you are drinking your drugs again.
Yeah.
Yo,
I ride
mojito.
it back.
And it's got green tea in it. I can't drink green tea. I'm allergic to it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
keep it at the other side.
That's why you bring green tea, because you don't want to share it.
No,
you're so greedy.
No, green tea is healthy. It's so sad that you got to be.
Actually, green tea is healthy to a certain point.
Yes, I only have one.
Too much green tea will strain your vocal cords. It'll dry your vocal cords out.
True that.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about vocal cords or green tea. We're here to talk about sampling music, Poppin' Roots, of course. Mm-hmm. And the first artist that you brought to the table is?
We got Missy Elliott featuring Timbaland. The song's called What You Gonna Do.
What You Gonna Do, What You Gonna Do,
actually.
What You Gonna Do, okay.
Yeah.
By the title, I don't remember the song. I'm pretty sure I know the song once we play the song. But this song came out when?
Came out in 2001 on her third studio album called Miss E So Addictive.
Okay.
So actually this song is not as well known because she had other bigger hits on the album, like 1 Minute Man featuring Ludacris.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
1 Minute Man.
And then Get Your Freak On.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah. And then For My People, Take Away. So this song was still on the album, but, I mean, the album did really great because it sold like 5.2 million copies, won 2 Grammy Awards.
Wow, Missy Elliott worked on that many albums.
Yeah, Missy Elliott did very good with this album. And yeah, it hit number 1 on the R&B charts, number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart. Yeah.
Okay, but she worked with a lot of artists in the past.
Yes,
and
she has.
Timbaland was like the first dude that actually worked with Missy pretty much in the beginning.
Because they're like childhood friends.
Yeah. Ah, they're friends.
Yeah, they're childhood friends, so kind of grew up together, and then
okay.
And then so you know, Timbaland was getting projects, and then Missy Elliott, you know, songwriting for like Aaliyah and Mariah Carey, SWV.
SWV. I used to love them, man.
Yeah.
When they did that Michael Jackson remake, the Human Nature song, great song.
Yes.
What year did Missy Elliott debut?
She debuted in 1997 with the Super Duper Fly.
I love that song. Actually, it was weird because she had that big balloon outfit in the music video.
Yeah. That was like industry changing.
Yeah.
It was like fresh new music video, you know?
And she was actually proud of being a larger woman, too, in her music. She talked about it.
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did she officially start her solo career, though?
She officially started back in like the late 1990s. And,
okay.
You know, she just started out, and then she ended up winning 5 Grammy Awards, sold over 30 million records in the U.S. alone. So, and she's the only female rapper to have 6 albums certified platinum. Only female rapper. I don't know what other female rapper gonna top her.
And she's got a nice house because I saw her on MTV Cribs, and that house was amazing. I think I saw 2 different houses. Her New York house, her New York apartment, and her actual house down in, I want to say Atlanta, something like that. Somewhere down south. But she had I can't say the name brand of the car, but the brand that starts with the L, sports car.
Yeah.
She had that as a bed in her house. Have you seen that episode?
No, I have. Wait.
So she took the inside of the car out and used the frame of the car as her bed frame and put a mattress in there. I was like, dang. That's how you know you're a baller, when you can do that and get that in your house put in. And it's a bed. Not even a car, but a bed.
When you sound 30 million records around the world.
That is true. And I'm jealous because Mr. G-Dragon got to work with her this time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
On,
in K-Con or something like that in LA?
Nilly Gria, whatever. I don't know the name of the song.
Lilita or something.
Lilita. Yeah, like G-Dragon.
Yeah.
Missy featuring. I was like, man, he lucky.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hope for her now. I'm gonna hope for like Timbaland or Justin Timberlake.
Ooh,
Jay-Z.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce.
Wow.
Could you imagine if I was on a song Beyonce? I'd be like, hey girl, how you doing? She's like, I'ma shake it in your face. I'ma shake it in your face. Shake it in your face. I'd be like, that sounds like a good song for me, Beyonce did do. All right, now this song was actually not an original track. They actually used a song to make the song. Now, what's the original song called?
A song from a guy named Fela Kuti and the Africa 70.
Okay.
And the song's called Colonial Mentality.
Alrighty. And the song came out what year?
In 1977 on the album Sorrow, Tears, and Blood.
Okay, so it's an older song.
Yeah, so Fela Kuti is a Nigerian composer, and he's a pioneer of the Afrobeat music genre. He likes to mix in like jazz, traditional like African chants and rhythms, and you know, like funk. And yeah, he's been in like a lot of bands before. Like he first started in this band called Kula Libitos.
Okay.
And then he made Nigeria 70 and then Africa 70. So I think
now what's the 70 represent?
I think he's representing the year.
That they okay.
And so, you know, he wanted his music to be like life-changing. And so he had lyrical themes that changed from love. It used to be about love, now to like social issues.
Oh.
And this got him a lot of attention, and a lot of people were like backing him up. And then, you know, he got severely beaten because he pissed off the government.
He got beaten for that?
Yeah, his mother got thrown out the window.
So did she survive or she died?
No, she died.
What?
Yeah, so I mean...
That is wrong.
Yeah, just for making music to stand up for the people, you know?
Man, that's some crazy stuff. Yeah. All right, we don't want to get too negative up in here, so right now we're going to play the sample for you guys. This is Fela Kuti and the Africa 70 with Colonial Mentality. That was Fela Kuti and the African 70 with Colonial Mentality.
Yeah.
Alrighty, now earlier before we played the sample right now, we're talking about how this dude's mother was thrown out the window.
Yeah.
For, making a music that stands up for the people. Now, that's what scares me because nowadays, people talk about Illuminati and all that stuff in America too.
Yeah.
And, like Michael Jackson's death, and there's a lot of deaths that were involved with a lot of artists. Aaliyah, they're saying that since they're trying to stand up against Illuminati, that Illuminati kind of planned to kill them.
Man, it's like the unknown.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to mess with no Illuminati. I'm not joining them either, but I'm just saying I'm curious about it too. Like, what if it's true? What if they hired that doctor to give Michael the wrong medication?
Man,
what if they hired the pilot to crash the plane that Aaliyah was on?
Yeah,
you never know what's going on with this stuff in the media and the entertainment scene. Kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But yes, like we said, we're gonna play the song Missy Elliott featuring Timbaland, What You Gonna Do? And from listening to the sample, I really don't know what song it is yet. I gotta hear the Missy Elliott song because, like you said, it wasn't a song that blew up. It was on the album. Okay, but this is the song that actually she used, the Fela Kuti song, of course, and it's featuring Timbaland, and the song is called What You Gonna Do?
Yeah.
That was Missy Elliott featuring Timbaland with What You Gonna Do?
Yeah.
And like I said, I still don't know that song. But you know what? It's never too late to learn new songs. But it's a great song. I'm not going to lie. It's a good song. But right now, we're going to get to the next artist. And the next artist is...
Well, we were speaking about Aaliyah earlier.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, it's a song from Aaliyah called More Than a Woman.
More Than a Woman.
Yeah.
Is that the song? Once, twice, more than a woman. No, that's a different song.
No, that's another one.
I do this all the time, don't I? I sing some other songs because it sounds similar to the other one. All right, so Aaliyah, More Than a Woman. This song was released when?
In 2001 on her self-album, or titled album, Aaliyah. And it was produced by Static Major and Timbaland.
Okay.
And this song did really well. It's nominated for the 45th Grammy Awards for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance.
Why don't I remember the song? Maybe I just don't remember it because of the title. I have to actually hear the song.
I'm pretty sure as soon as you hear it,
I'm like,
you'll know.
I know this. Okay, it's one of those songs.
Yeah, so More Than a Woman peaked at 25 and number 1 on the UK charts.
Wow.
And she was actually signed at the age of 12.
Okay. I knew she was signed at a young age, I heard, but I didn't know 12.
And you know what's freaky? She was mentored by R. Kelly. And then what happened was...
Good thing she don't pee on no people.
Yeah, and then see what happened was she had allegations saying that...
She was actually fooling around with him.
An illegal marriage with R. Kelly.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, right? So she had to end her contract with Jive, and then she signed with Atlantic Records because R. Kelly was getting too crazy for her. So I was like, it's a little freaky. It's like, come over here and let me start your career.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna start your career. Cause I am R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And then didn't he produce her album and it was called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's just digging a hole for himself deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I know, right? It's freaky. It's like,
but the album did well.
Yes, the album did very well.
Sold how many? 3 million copies?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But then her next album, produced by Timbaland and Missy Elliott, did even better. 3.7 million just in the U.S. and 8 million worldwide.
That's good.
So they did better than R. Kelly. So
that's good. Good for you, Aaliyah. Rest your soul, God rest your soul. You're up in heaven.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you went with Timbaland and Missy Elliott. I'm not dogging on you, R. Kelly, but you is a little weird, dude. Peeing on people, dating girls who are 12 years old.
Yeah, and as you know, she's known as like the princess of R&B, queen of urban pop. And sadly, she had to. She passed away in a airplane crash in the Bahamas, and apparently the pilot had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
And he was unlicensed. He had no license to fly a plane. I'm like, how's a dude?
See, that freaks me out because one of my biggest fears in life are planes. I have a big fear of flying planes. And we have no choice because when we travel and work, we have to be on planes all the time. So if it's domestic and I'm in Korea, I do not ride a plane. I take a train.
Yeah.
I tell all like the event people, I'm like, if you make me go on a plane, I'm not going to be there. I won't be there. But if it's international, I have no choice. But every time I hear about plane crashes, people are like, Brian, people don't die in planes. I was like, Aaliyah died in a plane crash. And then this week, last week, there's a military plane crash that killed 77 people, and on that flight, they were all their family. So mom, dad, kids.
Really?
They all died. They hit a mountain.
This is a military
Military plane.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm like, people are like,
Wow.
planes don't crash. I'm like, I hear about plane crashes all the time. You know, when you hear like car accidents, stuff like that, it's like 1 or 2 people get hurt. But plane crashes, a lot of people get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't the only one who died on the plane. It was like her dancers and the manager and stuff like that. I know.
Yeah, because they're just finishing up a video shoot in the Bahamas, you know? So she had a whole crew there. Yeah.
Alrighty, we don't want to get too sad, but we got to get into the next part, which is the sample
Yes.
that she used. And this artist and song is called
Mayada El Hanawi.
Okay.
And the song's called Aluli Ansa. So it took me a while to like...
It kind of sounded like said, I knew the answer.
Aluli Ansa.
What answer? Aluli answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So...
Now, when did this song come out?
It was released in 1993 on the album, let me try to get this straight, Bayent El Hob Alaya.
Are you pronouncing it right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
I don't know if you're wrong or right. That's why. Bayant El Hob Alaya.
Yeah.
All right.
And she's a famous singer from Syria.
Okay.
And her songs were composed by big Arab composers. And, you know, if you hear her songs, they're very big in the Middle East. And
I probably don't know them anyway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only listen to pop, American pop, UK
same with
pop.
me too, but, you know, when you hear these singers sing, though, they sing at like a different scale, and it's just like...
Like the falsetto, like...
No. It's kind of like they go in between. It's like... It's like...
I wish today's radio special was actual... What do you call it? Pointing radio, or what they say we could actually see the radio?
No.
You just missed Joe. Like, his whole face vibrated. That was hilarious. All right, right now we're gonna play the sample for you guys right now. This is Mayada El Hennawi with Aluli Ansa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Mayada El Hennawi with Aluli Ansa.
Aluli Ansa.
I like that song.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I like it.
Yeah, so she's known for her soulful, strong voice.
But we didn't hear any vocals in the song. That's the problem.
I know. This is like a 9-minute song, so.
Is that long?
It comes out like later, a little bit later.
How do you get any radio play if your song's 9 minutes long?
Yeah, I don't know how the radio works over there, but you know, I think they want people to get the vibe and dun.
So what kind of vibe or what kind of genre of music are we talking about here?
This is basically like their pop.
Their pop music.
This is their pop, yeah.
Okay. Now,
Traditional
what
sound.
other hit songs did Mayada have?
All right.
Now,
let me try
I'll
to
put
get
him on the
these
spot because I want to hear his pronunciation.
Okay. Her hit songs are Ana Bachaak,
Okay.
Habina Wiita Bina,
Okay.
Ana Mok Hileasalak, and Kanya Makan.
I'm just giggling right now
Why
because
are you laughing?
everybody laughing at you right now
Why are
because
you
you're trying
laughing?
so hard, and it's a great thing.
Yeah, you know, I want to.
Good job.
Oh, okay.
Good job. All right. Now that we know some of Mahada's hits, we're going to go into the song that he brought to the table today. And unfortunately, it's going to be the last song for our show today. And it's Aaliyah's song featuring Timbaland called More Than a Woman. And once again, y'all, this is Brian, Jew, and
Joe Park in the house.
signing off. Peace.